Kind of looks like a police car. Someone has hit Elmo. Elmo!
You could teach a monkey. This car is actually faster than a Subaru WRX. Remember to let off your throttle.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autotop NL. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at the all-new 2018 or 19 or whatever Audi A6 Avant. And we've got the 40 TDI today. So that means we've got a 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine with 204 horsepower and 400 Newton meters of torque. And it's sort of a competitor to the Mercedes-Benz E200 we drove a couple of months or weeks ago. And you guys seem to like it when I drive the more entry-level cars, so we decided to take the new A6 as well. And well, we've got a Daytona grey one with an S-Line pack, 20-inch wheels, which are sort of the less aggressive, smaller, lighter version of the RS6 performance wheel. It's also an Audi sport wheel, as you can see, with Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires. Very nice. And of course the new big grille with some sensors or radar stuff in there. It kind of looks like a police car. The new LED headlights, and someone has hit Elmo. I think this is a hit and run. Elmo should be still in there. So what else? Well, of course it's sort of an evolution of the old A6, not that different, but there are some noticeable differences, like the lines that are much sharper. It's a bit more, it has a bit more stance, it's a bit more chunky. It has this very steep line for the sort of boot, which gives it kind of a slightly shooting brake look at the rear. We've got the new LED, I think it's matrix LED tail lights. I don't know if they also have the animation like the A8 and the Q8, but they do look really good if you ask me, with a chrome bar across, some fake exhaust tips in the bumper, always nice. Not. And well, show you guys the engine. Maybe Elmo is still under there as well. Elmo. No. There it is. What a beauty. So it also has a 12 volt or 48 volt mild hybrid system. The 6 cylinders, so from 50 TDI or 45 TDI up, get a 48 volt mild hybrid system, and the 4 cylinders get a 12 volt mild hybrid system. So that means that it has the starter alternator that's electric, and it means that you can coast with the engine shut off, and it means that when you let off your throttle, you come up to, let's say, a red light, it turns off the engine earlier, and it should save about 10% in fuel consumption. So we'll start it up. We've also got the MMI touch response and the virtual cockpit, which looks really good. It works well too. Sometimes I still have trouble, you know, while driving, to find everything and to, well, sort of press it and hit it well the first time. So sometimes I have to click it twice. But I do think that's also, you know, you'll get used to it if you own this car. Maybe it'll get easier. We've got a 7-speed S-Tronic dual clutch gearbox. If you go for a 6-cylinder, you get an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic. And we've got an S-Line, as I said, so we've got these seats, which I quite like. We've got an S-Line steering wheel with flat bottom and it's very sporty for, you know, a 2-liter TDI, with the Audi grille shape in there as well. And what else? What else can I show you guys? Well, it has an immense array of safety driver's aid systems. Let me just change to English for you guys. Maybe that's a bit better. So this is haptic. So it's actually a touchscreen, but you have to click it to engage something. So it's not like a tap, it's like a click. Ah yeah, the driver aid system. So we've got a button right here to engage the adaptive cruise control with lane guidance. So no lane guidance or with lane guidance. Then I can go into the system right here, this one, go to maximum settings, and you can do all the settings for your adaptive cruise control, your Audi pre-sense, lane departure warning. You can even go for a driving program. So dynamic is more sporty. It will, you know, speed up more aggressively. It will go through corners more quickly. It can use the speed limit. So if it sees like a 130 sign, it will slow down or speed up, whatever. But it also taps through your throttle if you have to let go of the throttle, you know, in the navigation. When it sees that your exit is coming up, it gives you a little tap through the throttle to let you know that you have to let go because you're going off. And there are like 39 different driver aid systems depending on your spec. And I think, you know, you could teach a monkey how to drive this car if you have all the driving aid systems. And I just, as someone who likes driving, I think it's a bit much. It's like every time you come close to a line, you get a warning. Every time you're too close to the person in front of you, you get a warning up there. Let's see, where is it? So right here, distance warning is at 2 seconds. So if you're within 2 seconds of the person in front of you, you get this red warning right there. So it actually engages automatically, the steering aid, but that was a bit late, wouldn't you think? I mean, it's still in development, of course, and we can't judge it too harshly, I think. But yeah, it's not my cup of tea, really. It's not my thing. I still like to drive my own cars, and maybe that's different for someone who buys this car and actually, oh my god, slow down, intersection, so I get a little tap through the throttle. Maybe it's different for someone, as I was saying, who buys this car, drives a lot, you know, drives like, I don't know, 80,000 kilometers a year, and the savings of all these driver aid systems, both in money and energy and, you know, attention and whatever. It's nice, but purely from a driving perspective, I feel it is quite invasive, and it's a bit like, like pointing your finger, like it's remember to let off your throttle, or don't get too close to the person in front of you. You know what I mean? I don't really like that. So we're going to switch this off, no lane guidance. We're going to go for basic driver assist, and I think that covers most of it. So it's still on, by the way, because I just felt it. So what can I do? Lane departure warning, no vibration. I can't switch it off, I think. Okay, whatever. So although this system looks really good, you've got your menu right here, you've got your climate and some more stuff down there with your drive select and your traction control. It looks really good, it works really well, but you are going to have a huge amount of fingerprints on these screens, and I don't know if I'm worse than normal, like I don't know how you guys feel about this, please let me know, but I would go absolutely mad over all those fingerprints. I would be cleaning my screen every day because I don't really like it that you've got this glossy black stuff and then you've got all those fingerprints on it when the light hits it. So I wouldn't really, yeah, I don't really like that. Maybe go for like a matte foil or something like that. Okay, here we are at the Autobahn. We're in comfort mode, so we're going to switch to dynamic, full throttle. We actually have the regular springs with adaptive dampers. There are a few different kinds of suspension you can go for, just regular steel springs with no adaptive dampers, and air suspension. I think that's it. You can also go for sport suspension, which I do think this has because it has a sport package or an S-Line package. And we are in dynamic mode right now, so the dampers firm up, and this is actually really nice. It's still very comfortable. The steering gets a bit heavier too, which I like because I think that in comfort the steering is too light and it's not very communicative. You don't really feel anything. I would say that 204 horsepower in this car is adequate. It's not fast, but it's fine actually. Boy. So that's a kickdown. You can also go for four-wheel steering on this car now. So it has a lot of tech and a lot of equipment from the new A8 that sort of trickles down to the A6 as an optional extra. And the four-wheel steering actually reduces the turning circle by 1.1 meters. So that's actually quite a lot. So might be worth considering if you're going for a car like this, because it is quite large. So it does help with the maneuverability if your turning circle is that small or that much smaller. And it also helps with high-speed stability because the wheels turn with the front wheels at higher speeds. So I have to say, as an Autobahn cruiser, not bad at all. Very comfy. It's very comfy at high speeds, very stable. It's quite quiet too. And dynamically speaking, I like that steering feel much better than the Comfort one, because it's like, you know, turning a bumper car steering wheel. So it's not, you know, you're not going to have immense amounts of fun with this because it's just not that kind of car. But it's nice, it's very neutral. You know, you sort of know what you can expect. Spec wise, I think, you know, Daytona grey with black and grey interior, it's not that exciting, but it's probably the spec that most of these A6s are going to be sold in. Oh, that's not bad at all. I wasn't really expecting it to be that sort of flat and cooperative. This is nice, I have to say. Not bad. What I really do like is all the aluminium in here. I like the combination of the aluminium with the gloss black. So this is particularly beautiful with the memory buttons for the seats. This arch, really nice. This brushed aluminium. Yeah, I think the finishing and the materials in the interior are really, really good. So, returning to our original location. thing I really like is, even though this is a 4-cylinder diesel engine, when you push it like this, just full throttle all the way, it's actually, the engine is actually very quiet. You don't really hear it. So compared to that E200 I drove recently, I have to say I think this is actually a step ahead of that car. I think this has been spec'd a bit nicer as well, so I can't really judge them both on that, because the E200 was really bare and this is, you know, this has a lot of options. But I think interior wise Audi is a step ahead of Mercedes. If you ask me, that's just my opinion. And if you really try hard, this car is actually faster than a Subaru WRX. I don't know what else you would need, but what more? So I'm actually quite surprised, guys. I quite like this car. It is super comfortable and it serves the purpose for which this car is meant very, very well. I mean, it is quick enough, it is very comfortable, it is efficient, it's beautiful inside. I really like the outside. I would go for something more exciting, like, I don't know, a dark blue or a dark green with a tan interior. I think that would be lovely. But this is the safe choice. This is also sort of the Audi look, you know, very, very minimalistic, very basic, very businessy. But I am surprised. I wasn't expecting it to be this nice, to be honest. Nice. And I also think that this car has the acoustic glass. I don't know for sure, but I think it's very, very quiet in here. Which is one of the most important things if you look at comfort in a car. I think that, you know, tire noise and wind noise are two of the most tiring things if you drive a car for a long distance or a long period of time. This is actually really quiet. So, thumbs up to this Audi A6 40 TDI. It's better than I was expecting, and I like it a lot more than I was expecting. Yeah, so I think I'm going to end it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this POV review of an E200, and you can check out this POV review playlist. We've made a lot of them, so go check it out. And you can follow us on social media. Just search for Autotop NL. Thanks, guys. See you at the next one. Bye.